Welcome back to the day before. I'm adamant at this point that there's something dodgy with this game. I've been digging into the RTX 4K gameplay reveal to see what I can find, and there was also a comment left on my previous video for this that got me wanting to do even more research. So just quickly before we jump in, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I will be covering this if and when it comes out. And if they do show anything before June, which is the scheduled release date, then I will be coming back. So make sure you sub to the channel, turn notifications on. Also, if you want to support me as a creator, I have a Buy Me a Coffee page, I have merch, Patreon, there's memberships on the YouTube channel. There are lots of different ways for you guys to get involved. Also, a thank you to Charlie for buying me a pizza on Buy Me a Coffee. And a massive thank you to everyone for the support on the channel recently. We are so close to 70,000 subscribers. So, starting this one off, I had a comment and someone said, the car you see towards the start of this gameplay reveal is an exact same design as a car in the Division 2. There was a location, Jefferson Trade Center, across the road outside the 1040 safe house. I went and had a look. I can't find it. I don't know where that car is. But what I did do, because everyone's saying, oh, it looks like the Division 1, I jumped onto the Division 1, and there are a few things that I want to show you. And I mean, it doesn't take away from it possibly being a real game. Everyone is saying, like, people are swearing that this game is legit just because Nvidia have promoted the RTX on it. But it doesn't always go that way. People could have said Cyberpunk is going to be an amazing game because it's being made by CD Projekt Red, and look how that one went. Nothing is ever a guarantee, especially in the gaming industry. So, the very first thing, we'll probably end up going through this trailer a few times, but the first thing is you will see the exact same green car 5 times in a 1-minute trailer. That's already telling me a lot of this game is going to be copy-paste. We're going to assume this is a real game. I can't say for definite whether it is or not, but we're going to just, for the matter of the video, say it's a real game that's coming out in June. I feel there's going to be a lot of copy-paste. In a 1-minute gameplay reveal to see the same car 5 times. So what we'll do is we'll press play. The car I was talking about as well that the person mentioned in the comment about the Division 2 is this one here. I found a very similar design. I'll quickly pop it up on screen now. Side by side, let me move my mouse cursor. Side by side, on the left you can see the black car, and that's in the day before. On the right you'll see a red car. I think the only big difference is on the front bumper, on the black car you've got that extra like vent on the, what would be the right hand side of it. And I believe the grille at the very front is slightly different, but the rest of it, the door handles and everything look very, very similar. But moving on from the comparison of vehicles, if you have a look over here, we have a nice little green car there. So that's number 1, the first time you see that green car. And then we go through this clip, you don't see one. And then as we go through here, this one, can't see one. From what I've seen anyway, you might be able to. Here, green car. And I can tell it's the same green car because it has this white line on the back of it. I'm not sure if that's some sort of light or something like that. Then this clip doesn't have it, so we've seen it twice. Boom, there you go. 3 times we've seen it. And then if we carry on through, remember that's 3 times. Oh, in the very next clip, there's the same car again. 4 times we've seen that car in the first 30 seconds. And then the final one, I believe, is actually right towards the end. So we're going to have to sit there and watch through this. This I want to talk about in a minute. We'll go back to the mall in a second. So just carry on with this. Shoot a couple of enemies. And then you can't actually see the full car in this final clip. It's this clip. Look on the far right hand side. I'll try and pause it. I keep missing it. I've tried doing this before I started recording. Boom. That looks a very similar shape to the green car. So that's 5 times. If that is the green car, I'm pretty sure it is. But that's 5 times in a 1-minute trailer that I've seen that same car. The exact same one. So, if we go back and we have a look at this mall, taking my cursor off the screen again, it's not exactly the same assets. They're just very similar. So looking at this mall, the mall's a different design, but if you have a look at what I'm going to call the strip lights, the ones that are going down, you have the star decorations, you have the giant balls. If you have a look at this image from the Division 1, it's Broadway Emporium. You go in and you turn around, you've got stars, you've got the strip lights absolutely everywhere, and you have the giant red balls. So it does feel as though it's not a straight up copy. They've just, I mean, they kind of have, it's like one of those situations, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but mix it up a little bit. It is like it's a bit further than taking inspiration from the Division. Obviously, it's just opinion based. So, what we've done is we've seen the same green car 5 times. We've seen the, like, very similar mall assets as the Division 1. I have spoken to you guys about the similar car design. I put a brief, list of bullet points. In this trailer, there is no HUD whatsoever. Absolutely none. There is no communication. You can't hear people talking or anything like that. And it's supposed to be a survival game based on communication with your team to not only survive the zombie apocalypse, but also against other players in PvP. There is absolutely no recoil on the weapons, and a lot of people didn't notice this, but if we go back through, it's not at the start. Where's the first shooting clip? Here. So there's kick on the weapon, on this shotgun at least, but when you look at the ARs that they use, it's just screen shake. So I think it's the clip after this one. No, maybe after this one. Yeah, here. That gun's not moving. It's just screen shake when the gun's being shot. And there's another one that looks very similar as well. I think it's shooting this car. Yeah, the gun and the bullets aren't really, there's no, it looks as though, what is it, the guns are incredibly stable, but their pinpoint, like their white dot accuracy is a little bit off. So not even necessarily recoil. There's a lot of screen shake when there's shooting going on. I've spoken to you about people swearing the game is legit just because of Nvidia promoting it. And another thing, before we jump into the final point, there is a lot of shooting in this at a Humvee drive-in, but the windows are kind of like tinted, so we don't know if there's anyone or anything inside the Humvee that gets shot at. But if we go back and we look through, and I want you guys to let me know your thoughts about all this stuff in the comments, and if you want to do what I've done and watch this a few times over, see if you can spot anything that's off. Because this world just looks empty. Whatever they've created. People were saying, what was it? This is the first clip where the Humvee's being shot at. And we don't know if there's anyone or anything inside it. But people are saying they don't think it's necessarily going to be a huge open world. They think it might be something like Tarkov, where you get different maps, like different locations you can go in and out of. And I mean, the developers are useless at communication, so there's no point even asking them because they'll probably give you some troll response. So it's 38 seconds in, the first time we see the Humvee being shot at. There are some other shooting scenes. So that's number one, and no one gets out or anything like that, it's just shooting at the windows. And then again, after this mall scene, when we come out of it, where is it? Driving a Humvee, shooting a Humvee, shooting a Humvee. See what I mean? There was, 3 different clips in the 1 minute, gameplay reveal of shooting a Humvee. And as I said, the world looks very, very empty. In terms of zombies, because it's supposed to be like a zombie survival MMO sort of thing. But you look here, there's no enemies. And this is the final point. In the whole trailer, including what I believe is like an enemy faction, some other PvP players or whatever, and including zombies, I saw 13 enemies in the whole gameplay reveal. And I know it's 4K, ray tracing, that's what it's showing off, but you would think they would put a lot more action into it and kind of draw players in and get people thinking oh my god, this is going to be absolutely hectic when it comes out, I can't wait. But there's absolutely none of that, so this should be the last time we go through the trailer. And the first couple of clips have absolutely nothing in them, just simply showing off the RTX. So this is number 1, enemy number 2, enemy number 3. Here you have 1, 2, 3, if you guys can see that. There's literally just 3 enemies on this whole street from the looks of it. So that puts us up to 6. And then it looks like that might be an enemy of some sort, so I'm going to count that one and say that's 7. These over here are all mannequins in shop windows and stuff. So we're at 7. There's 8. There's 9. There was one behind that one as well, so that's 10. This one over here is 11. So kill them ones. There are a couple of allies, you see. Just look how empty it is. There's nothing there. We're up to 11. And then I believe the final 2 are in the second mall clip. So as we get through, there's the first mall bit, and then the second one should give us the explosion. There's the explosion. And there's what I can see, 1, 2. A crouched and a standing enemy. So that's 13 enemies in the whole trailer. Then it's the driving. And I've paused these clips and had a look, and I can't see enemies. And you would think with it being zombies, there would at least be a couple of brain-dead twats standing over here or something like that. Or even, for the sake of this trailer, chuck one in the road and let us see with the ray tracing on exactly what it's like with all the reflections off the lights and everything when the zombie basically gets dismembered from the Humvee hitting it. But you don't get anything like that. And on that note, that is all of my topics, like all of the points I wanted to bring up in this video. I'm so skeptical about this game. Like, I don't necessarily think it's fake. Like, I think this is basically like a tech demo sort of thing. But I do strongly feel when it comes out, it's not only going to be 1, broken, 2, empty, but 3, just shit. I feel the PvP is going to be, I don't know, they might cap like this big open world or even like a smaller sort of map. They might cap it to like 8 players or something like that. The thing that's making me even more skeptical is the developers are fantastic. And I don't mean they're fantastic as in they're really good developers. I mean the company name is fantastic, or it's FN and then tastic, so it's just missing the A. And their most recent release, because they're pretty much not known for anything else, their most recent release is Prop Night. And when that game come out, I mean, when it was supposed to come out, they failed to launch the game. They had to wait like 24 hours after to actually get the game out and available for people to buy. And then through hype building and all of their marketing that they do, they built up to, I think it was like 87,000 viewers on Twitch. But if you go and look at Steam charts, I believe Steam is the only platform it's available on. If you look at Steam charts, the game's never passed 5,000 concurrent players. When I tried the game myself, because they gave me a key to Prop Night, I managed to get a key for it through Keymailer. I tried the game on the channel, and it must have taken me 3 or 4 different attempts, and I was waiting a couple of minutes each one. And it was so hard to get into a game. I played, the game wasn't for me. Like, I didn't play enough to say whether it was good or bad. It did feel kind of, there's a mixture of Dead by Daylight and Prop Hunt. Like, my point is, they built up all the hype, had nearly 100,000 people watching at the same time on Twitch. However, they've never had more than 5,000 people playing at the same time on Steam. And not only that, a couple of weeks, if not even sooner after they released it, they had less than like 2,000 people watching on Twitch. The game got all the hype at like initially, right at the start, but it died off incredibly fast. So I really don't know what's going on with this. I'm super skeptical. But what we're going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.